Every damn day.
Hello, everyone. It's Jerry at the Fledge, and welcome to Season 2, Episode 13 of Every Damn Day. And before I get into my guest, who I'm super excited to talk with, I want to talk about a couple things happening at the Fledge today and tomorrow. So at noon today, we have our Fledge Crypto Ecosystem meetup where we talk about all things blockchain, smart contracts, DAOs, NFTs, all of that. If you are interested in learning, please come and check out what we're doing. Our first thing is advocacy and education within our own community, because like I keep telling you, a bunch of rich white guys are building the next economy and the next monetary systems, and we need to get our people more and more involved. So come on out. We're not going to try to sell you anything or do some Ponzi scheme or quick rich, whatever. Come out and learn about what's going to happen and how it might impact you in the coming years, how it's going to impact you in the coming years. And then I'm excited because we've got our first 99 Problems But a Pitch Ain't One tonight. We've got 4 pitchers signed up already, and we're looking for more. So if you're interested in doing that, please hit us up, comment here, reach out to us, however you want to reach me. We'll get you in there pitching. And if you don't want to pitch, come watch, because we need you to vote, because the vote decides who wins the $99. So let me get to my guest now, our great friend, Wade. How you doing, Wade?
Oh, man.
I got to pay attention to the audio for a second to make sure I don't screw it up again, but we're good now.
Right.
So what's been going on?
Whew. I've been working, been hustling, as we like to say.
Yeah.
So definitely glad I could be here, though.
Well,
it's been a long time coming.
It feels like it has been, but it came together at the right time, probably. Maybe today's the best day possible for us to do the show. So thanks for being here.
Yeah.
I'm so excited. I just want to start asking you about DeFi and everything, and everyone's going to be like, what are they talking about? So I got to slow down. What's your story? Tell us about you and what you do.
Well, I originally started with, of course, music. A lot of my subscribers will tell you that. But my recent journey, of course, has been the blockchain. And the main reason why I got into it, and I like to tell this story because it's the truth, Initially, I discovered Bitcoin through some nefarious activities. We'll just call it that. But there was a point in the process where I had to figure out how to get Bitcoin and store it on a wallet. And that process taught me about the entire world of Bitcoin, the ecosystem and the blockchains and utility and all of that stuff, right? 2-3 hours later, I called my friend. I'm like, dude, I think we're doing this the wrong way. We might be taking this the wrong direction. He didn't want to hear me. He went his way. I went this way, and we're here today. So.
Yeah. We have a favorite phrase around here. I say keep Bitcoin shady, because it kind of started out in that shady realm. Yeah. But that kind of evolved for us. Keep the institutional guys out of it. Keep the big guys out of it. Let the people out in the streets, a lot of the theme of what I just said about our crypto meetup, let them drive this next economy and how this is going to work for us. Otherwise, it's just going to be another tool in the war on the poor and a lot of predators. So
yeah, that's another thing that really, as I got deeper into it, it pulled me in, the independence of it. My ability to be financially independent is really what kept me in it.
Yeah.
And then, of course, bull run, the markets go well, and I made some money, and then I stayed for sure. So. But that opportunity is really out there for everybody, which is another reason why I started the channel, because I was able to interpret this information in a way that some days it even amazes me, because it started with, and I guess, this kind of leads into the story of the channel. Let's see, after that situation, with the Bitcoin, then I had the change of heart, started to learn about blockchain, got my first wallet, which was Coinbase. The first asset that I got was XRP, then Digibyte, Stellar, then VeChain, so forth and so on. This was the end of 2019, going into 2020. So I caught that bull run, did pretty well. But throughout that whole time, I was always telling my buddies, like, okay, look at this asset because it's doing this and they're connected with them and all this other stuff. And at the same time, we were watching other YouTube content. So one day we're sitting in the kitchen and I look at him and I say, I could do that. I just have to figure out what they're using, how they're doing it. And I know I could give people information the same way we're sitting around talking about this stuff now. I could be doing that on YouTube. So sure enough, I said that in February, started learning, started practicing. By June, channel was up and running. June 13th, 2020, actually. So that was the thick of a bear market.
That was, remember you and I saw each other in the parking lot at the Meridian Mall? I think I had a meeting with High Caliber Karting out there.
Yep.
And we knew each other from your music. But I had no idea that you were getting into crypto.
We were converging on the same path.
So you are a wealth of knowledge in crypto. And so when we dive into this, I think we're about to dive and use up the show. Yeah, so before we do that, anything with music you want to talk about or anything?
Well, actually, yes. So this will be a perfect time to bring this up. I may not be making music anymore, but now I am on we'll call this artist promotion side. So there's a blockchain called Audius. They're essentially a next generation Spotify or SoundCloud, and the artist market is very small. So what I've started recently is an Audius Spotlight. So if there are any artists that are doing this all the time, but any artists that are tuning in that may be on Audius, I am doing a spotlight on the channel. So, and that's been doing pretty well the last couple of months. We've done 2 artists already. I'm working on a third. It's a very, very talented brother from Texas. Got to keep it under wraps because it's kind of a big name. But yeah, that's really all I'm doing with the music. Is just really trying to help artists get to this new market, the next generation, you know.
All right, so I got to shout out James Garden. Get on this.
That's my brother named Quaj. Yes.
Oh, Quaj just texted me this morning. He's coming tomorrow night to film a video.
Hey, dude.
So Quaj shows up at the crypto meetup sometimes too.
Man, so I hope he comes by that because I definitely want to get him on.
Quaj, James, come over today. I'll put it in there.
Yes, please step in.
Let's get into the crypto then, because I like that direction that you're going, because you there's so much work to be done in this space.
Opportunity.
Yeah.
So much opportunity.
So what's exciting you about blockchain right now? Or concerning you or got your attention?
It would definitely be the payments arena, because right now I feel like we're entering a stage of utility. So what I'm seeing, especially in the headlines, is payments. The payment system is being readjusted. So you're seeing a lot of changes to the retail side, to the supply chains, as well as the consumer side too, because now you'll see a lot of apps, they're offering rewards and incentives and secondary wallets to store your rewards. The mainstream retail, they're trying to shift their customer base to getting accustomed to digital wallets and NFTs by calling it other things.
Yeah.
That's really what I'm seeing right now. So with that, we are in the middle of a payment renaissance. That's what we've been talking about on the channel. And we're just focusing on, the big players, XRP, Stellar, because they're working with MoneyGram. Crypto.com is another one. Binance, they're looking to become a bank. So that's really where we've been keeping the focus.
I just got my Crypto.com account a few weeks ago, and awesome. I'm loving it, man. It's great. I like it a lot.
I haven't paid for Netflix in about a year.
Oh, you're staking Chronos?
Oh yeah, absolutely. You get all of that money back if you use the CRO card. So.
Yeah. So that's worth it, huh?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Are you getting paid too? Are you getting a percent in APR?
Oh
by
yeah,
the staking?
Yep, the 8%.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm at 8% now.
Okay.
I went down a tier because I had to move some money around, but
Yeah.
I also have been moving into VBS Finance, their DeFi. I've really been interested in crypto.com's DeFi because it's so much easier to use than Ethereum.
Yeah.
And then the gas fees, you don't have to worry about that. So
Yeah.
that's been fun.
There's a bunch of words in there. We got to go back and define a little bit. Let's spend a little time on DeFi, decentralized finance. Educate us a little bit on what that is.
Essentially, decentralized finance can be defined as the usual process that you would do at a bank or a credit union or something like that. But now we have the ability to be the bank in the situation, and then we can transact between each other, using the digital wallets, of course.
Right.
So that's like the simple definition of it. A more elaborated example, it's a peer-to-peer system that involves a lot of code that dictates and deals with risk management and liquidity pools. It's a whole lot.
It's complicated because finance is complicated.
Right.
It's complicated because decentralized systems like this are complicated. But I think it goes, what you said, the most important thing maybe was we can do it without a bank. We don't have a central power dictating how this is going to work, who's going to get the loans, bias built into it.
Yeah.
I mean, your crypto wallet knows what you have and knows what you've done and can help do that without even knowing your name.
The term I heard this morning was financial sovereignty.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, that's really good. I was watching another YouTuber on my way here, and he was using that. I said, financial sovereignty, that's the truth. Because what the best thing about DeFi in the moment is the staking protocols, the returns on your investments, the insane APY, 200-400%. Like right now, getting involved before the mainstream gets involved, you can solidify your income just off of these DeFi protocols. And that's actually what the topic of our live stream tomorrow is going to be about. I'm going to share my DeFi protocols, what I'm using, and then we're going to bring in some people and see what they're using. So
what time do you go live?
Noon.
You go live at noon?
Yeah.
All right. That's all right. Watch his show and catch me on Spotify. Noon tomorrow for more DeFi.
And that's analytical. It is, that's the YouTuber in me.
Why is your channel blowing up, man?
I think it's because of what I offer. I don't really, you won't find on my channel 100x altcoins, 1000x, this coin's about to pump, Bitcoin's going to 100K in 3 weeks. Now I don't give people that. I give people, and I was thinking about this morning, I find a great way to connect what's happening in the space with what's happening in the real world and how those events connect. And I think that's what's really like pushed the channel up so far, because when crypto.com did the deal with Staples Center, I was one of the first people to do a video about it. Yeah. The first one. And it was because that morning, I'll never forget this. I get up, it's like 5:45 in the morning. I'm in the bathroom, scrolling through stories, sipping coffee, doing bathroom stuff. And I saw the story and I instantly went and put the video together. And the way I felt about it, I didn't script it. It was just straight off the head. I was like, this is going to change culture. Like, this has nothing to do with money at this point. Crypto.com is now the equivalent of Disney. They're the equivalent of Nike now when it comes to blockchain and crypto. All of the events that occurred at the Staples Center all throughout my childhood, like I'm an avid wrestling fan, so I use that as an analogy. We've seen many events happen at the Staples Center. The same thing is going to occur for our kids, and they're going to call it crypto.com. So now crypto is going to be on the psyche of everyone for the next 20 years, minimum. This is minimum. So that's the reason why, of course, crypto.com is definitely one of my largest investments. So.
I've always complained. I've had a complaint about Lansing that when you go and you sit down at one of our bars, people are talking about the roads, the weather, their shitty boss, just the blasé stuff. But if you're in Dubai or Dallas or Detroit or Boston, they're talking about entrepreneurial endeavors. They're talking about technology.
Moving stuff around.
I was at Dagwood's 3 weeks ago, and 3 guys at the bar were arguing about crypto and trying to explain DeFi to each other. And I was like, we have come into it.
We're almost there.
I'm
I know,
feeling
right?
good.
As a matter of fact, yesterday I reported on this. The store piercing shop Flesh. They're now doing biometric implants with the digital wallet. Really?
$200, man.
I'm thinking about it.
Since I met my wife, who's sitting over there, Shannon, I have told her I would do that the second it comes out, and I'm a little late, but I am doing it.
It was when he said digital wallets that pulled my attention in. I was like, whoa. And that was right around the corner from my house. Yeah. So
we had someone immediately ask, is this a cold wallet, a hard, where wallet? But I guess it could be. I don't know.
I want to reach out to him. I definitely plan on going to the shop, seeing how it goes, what the process is, because like he said, that's some innovative stuff. And here in Lansing, you're right about that. But at the same time, that's what I love about Lansing. It's just everybody's so chill, It almost feels like they've done everything. This is a city where a lot of people have done their business. They've started their companies. They've, pretty much figured it out for their families. So now it's just typical Americana here, So I love that. But yes, we are getting closer to the point where we need to, kind of look up, peek our heads up a little bit and be like, okay, things are changing a little bit.
Yeah. Thanks for bringing that back around to a more, because I am very positive on Lansing. I think it's one of the best places to be in tech, cost of living, all kinds of great things. We've got our problems with poverty and gun violence and all of that. Yeah. But what we're talking about here is certainly a tool in our toolbox to eliminate poverty, to get people engaged with solving our problems ourselves with the resources we need that we generate ourselves. We don't need Amazon coming in and buying Lansing and turning it into an Amazon city. We can fix our own damn problems.
Oh yeah, no doubt. Speaking of buying cities, I don't know if anybody knows this, but Lansing is in the metaverse. There are a couple platforms that allow you to buy digital plots of land in Lansing. I have them reserved.
All of them?
Well, the downtown strip. I got the downtown, what's that, Washington Square, right there by the Capitol.
Are you going to say the platform or?
I'm going to save them. That's my plan, is to get them.
No, are you going to tell us what? Because I think land.
Oh, the platform? Yeah. Oh, it's called Spheroid. Spheroid. Yeah. Or SPH is the ticker. The only thing right now is that it's on Ethereum, so you got to deal with the gas fees, right? So I am looking for other digital land prospects, because that's something too that it's going to be a powerful tool. It's a chance to get internet domains way before the internet caught popularity.
Yeah. So we tried to go live in a XDI show on Decentralized. Yeah. They had a big booth and all of that, and we had a booth within their booth. That was pretty fun, but it didn't quite work yet, the way that we wanted it to. But we are going to build a Fledge in multiple metaverses. We can build 50 Fledges now, right?
Right.
And have the stage live all the time. So if you go into our Fledge there, this would be broadcasting, but as soon as we get up, it might be empty for the day. Yeah. But it'll be a live view of what's happening in the physical world, and then other things we're trying to do. But it's so, like you said, it's like
early.
You have a domain name and when everyone was buying, they still do it, but buying domain names everywhere, not knowing what what am I going to do with this, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how much I give to GoDaddy every, year for
Right.
domains I don't even use, but I don't want to lose them.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, I just heard a story. Friend of mine, they're getting crypto domains and naming them after big companies like McDonald's and what's another one they got? Comerica, McDonald's, Walmart. So that way, when those companies come into the crypto space, they have to pay them for that domain.
Did you get a .eth for you or your show?
I got a .crypto. So we do
okay.
have DigiHustle.crypto on Polygon, by the way.
All right.
Yep, I went through Unstoppable Domains for that one.
Okay, I was looking at that.
Yeah.
We have fledge.eth, and we got the airdrop of the ENS,
the Ethereum name service.
Yeah, that was pretty sweet.
I
didn't expect that.
That's one of my small misses, I would say, the losses that I took last year, because I saw Ethereum name service once it hit the market. I remember seeing headlines about it, but I didn't pay it enough attention, and then it rose to prominence, and I think it got to $70, $80. They did that airdrop, everybody got paid, and I was like, oh man.
Then everyone sold,
right?
And so it dropped, but that was all right.
But they still have a digital identity applications coming this year, so I'm definitely gonna keep the focus on them.
Yeah, that's super interesting to me because there's a lot of fear. You got the chip in your hand, or you got the chip because you got the vaccine, whatever way you want to look at it, right? And that seems very invasive, but to me, it's what's coming, and it's already. Where's my phone?
Yeah,
it's already here. They already know everything and where I'm at and all of that. Why not make it convenient on me at least?
That's the point that we're at now. So, it's like if you don't see it, then it's kind of too late at this point, because we're already here. People, and when I reported on that, a couple people said that we are in that the end times and the mark of the beast and all of that, and I feel that, but at the same time, you got to just think about human innovation, human evolution. We're not going backwards. We're going forward. We don't know where we're going, but we believe technology will get us there, and that's what we're doing. So,
well, right now we're in between Netscape and AOL.
Yeah.
So the nerds understood Netscape. Mm-hmm. AOL kind of brought it to the mainstream, the internet, and we still didn't really know. What do? We play chess with each other, and what's this email thing that we do?
Yeah. That's a great analogy for the relationship between Bitcoin and blockchain. Bitcoin is the catalyst for the entire digital economy. When you think crypto, you think Bitcoin. Now some people are starting to hear Ethereum, but Bitcoin was the catalyst for what blockchain is going to do. So, yeah.
And with, I loved what you said. We're moving into the age of utility, of use cases, because we need adoption and we need use cases. And that's what really drives this. Mm-hmm. And we think you probably think of more, but I think of a use case every day for, whether it's with our studio, integrating our Wise locks in with our wallets. So if you own an accreditation NFT, you can unlock certain doors, like the studio doors. And it's just so many things.
Those things are coming too. Yeah. That's more along the lines of IoT. So there's a couple projects like IOTA and IOTX specifically. They have this Pebble device where you can set it up as a data point. It kind of looks like this, and pretty much anyone with access to that specific data point can do pretty much like what you said. They'd have access to this place, access to this information, stuff like that. Yeah, I'm always thinking about solutions, especially being in this space, because that's the phase that we're in. I feel like it's the problem solving phase. That's what's going to force the utility to come into the market. So.
Most people know what HODL is now, but I like BIDL. It's HODL is for Bitcoin, BIDL is for Ethereum, and it's build. It's time to build. Yeah. And you're seeing, it's every single day I realize how little I know or how much more knowledge was created last night.
You're right.
Right.
That's literally how it goes too. It's a 24-hour cycle, even with the news, with the updates. Yeah.
So you've taken on a pretty hefty lift here to communicate all this. And,
I am a little bit crazy.
and you're doing a great job right
Thank
here
you.
in little old Lansing, Michigan,
Thank
right?
you. Yeah.
So, what do you want? What advice do you have for people? And I'm not saying go buy Solana or whatever.
Right.
What's the advice that you have for somebody that's listening right now? They kind of want to dip their toe in. They don't know what to do. What do you think the first thing they should do is?
Well, definitely. I was gonna do a cheap plug here, but that's not my style. I was gonna
Watch
say
his show.
right, but
That's one thing for sure.
but genuinely, I would say just you have to go into it not expecting to make money right away. That's not where we are anymore. And the narrative, once you go online, is gonna say that, but it's not the case.
Right.
I've been in the space 2 years now, and I didn't make some substantial money until the last quarter of that 2-year period because it takes that long for the cycles to play out. So I would just say you go into it wanting to learn about the innovation and the technology. Right now, because we're in that utility phase, focus on the technologies of these different companies. Don't even look at them as cryptos because we're past that now. Crypto implies money. What I like to tell my people is that we invest in blockchain technology because those are the companies that will eventually 10 years from now, 15 years from now, they're going to be in the place of Visa or Walmart or your banks or your retail stores or DoorDash.
Yeah.
When DoorDash gets on blockchain, people are going to start listening,
Yeah.
So I would definitely just say focus on the technology and focus on where the money is coming from outside the space. You follow those lines, and I make it easy for you on the channel, of course, then you'll definitely be in a good position because we like to look at the long-term picture. Even when I do my technical analysis, I like to do it weekly and monthly time frames because I want people to keep that long-term perspective. You won't get into this space and make money overnight. It's rare now, because the meme coin thing is not that was last year.
Yeah.
This year we won't even see that.
Yeah.
So focus on the tech, you'll be all right.
I love that advice because it's really focusing on yourself and your own development, your own learning about what is going to drive the future. You said, what'd you say? They'll be the bank, finance will be the bank or whatever. I imagine a future in 30 years where, like we say, what's a telephone booth right now?
Yeah.
People say, what's a bank?
What was up? You use those?
Yeah. Why'd you have to do that? What? They charged you $29 and no one knew why?
Yeah.
All that crap.
That's what's happening now in the space. Like with some of these staking platforms in traditional stocks, people are doing 2 to 3% returns in a year.
Yeah.
In crypto, we're doing that in 30 days, 60 days, So we're asking the same question. Why would you put your money in the stock market?
Yeah. We're coming up with just a minute or so left.
Okay.
What's something you really want to talk about that we haven't talked about yet?
As far as going forward, well, we did start the brand, the Digital Hustle Lifestyle brand. It's going to be built around the slogan, if the money is digital, so is the hustle. So that's going to be like our channel motto, what we tell people to identify ourselves, That's really the biggest thing I'm working on right now. It's just getting that.
Are you going to have an NFT and merchandise and all of these things
we got
coming?
the merch coming, and then the NFT, I'm still learning.
Okay.
But right now we're looking at light mint. It's on Stellar.
Okay.
As far as minting goes, that seemed to be the easiest for me anyway. But they don't have it where you can add a utility with the NFT. So I'm looking for a platform like that. because I want people to get the NFT and then be able to interact with the network with extra, benefits.
So like unlockables and
Yeah.
charged particles is a cool little thing.
Yeah.
Do NFTs are like Kickstarter. Everybody
Yeah.
thinks they can do a project and make millions of dollars because they saw it on the news. Everyone
Right.
thinks they can do a Kickstarter and make millions of dollars, and both of them, 90% of them don't go
Don't make
very far.
They don't.
And it's a lot tougher space. And rather than us looking at our fledged flies as like a way to raise money, it's a way for us to engage with our local community here. We don't need everyone all over the world buying a fledged fly. And
Right.
that fly being in your wallet is going to give you access to doors and keys and things
And
like that.
That's what the future of NFTs are going to be.
Yeah.
I think last year before that, we got exposed to the NFT space through art. And that was really just to desensitize people.
Mm-hmm.
People didn't realize that the real reason NFTs came into the space was for identification purposes, IP, licensing, tracking, all this other type of these utilities that the core technology under NFTs is what's going to be used for.
To me, it's a proof that you've acquired something, whether it's a piece of property, whether it's knowledge, whether it's permission. And, I talk about the title to a car. If you buy a car from me, I give you the title that can be represented by the NFT, but I also give you the keys. That's how you get in it and start it. And that's what the NFT's power really is. And I like how you're framing how things are like, we're being walked into the space as a community. Mm-hmm. We have to get desensitized, I guess. Yeah. Is that the word you used?
Yeah.
To the, what this is and what it could be.
Yeah. I like to relate it a lot to early stages of technology because, see, I was born in 92. So that means I got to see from 95 up until now the birth of the internet, the birth of the tech stock, the birth of social media. These is what we saw in the last 25 years, right? And going back through those time periods, there's always patterns of desensitization first, and then the new product is brought to the market. There was a point where right before social media came about, the big thing was media sources. Everybody was going after media sources, the validity of media sources. This is right after 2001, right before 2004. Okay. So between 02 and 04, we had an influx of social media applications. Meanwhile, Facebook was being created at a university in 03, but this was an Ivy League school. That was the one that was the Bitcoin of social media. Mm-hmm. Everything else were just altcoins. These other social media social profile places, those were the altcoins. Bitcoin was the Facebook of social media. It ushered in that whole era. Now we're literally in that exact same moment. And if you look at it with the right angle, through the right angle lens, you can benefit. And that's what I want people to do, because this is generational wealth that can be got here. That's the game.
To my audio listeners, I just put a thumbs up there because that is our mission with it, is to build equity in this community, and equity that can't be picked away at and stolen from you, but equity that, it doesn't matter if I own a house anymore. If I own 200 NFTs that represent a percentage of 200 houses,
there you are.
Then I'm good. Right? I still have my equity and I can move around a lot faster.
Yeah. And that all falls down to the economic freedom and that financial sovereignty, having control of your life ultimately.
All right. So I'm about to cut Wade off here. And I really don't want to, but this is a sign. Please go subscribe to the channel. You said there's not a ton of, most of your people, not a ton, but most of your people are outside of Michigan that listen to you. And we've got a guy right here, very knowledgeable, doing all of the right things for all of the right reasons. and give him a follow. This is somebody that he's going to be big, or you are big, and we're going to, don't miss out on this. Be one of the early followers.
Yeah.
Anything else you'd like to take us out with?
Guys, my motto for this year is to one brick at a time. That's it. One brick at a time until the wall is built. You build the wall, then you build the fortress, and now you have a kingdom. So that's it.
Dude, thank you so very much for coming on the show.
Man.
That's a wrap of another Every Damn Day. We appreciate you all. Come out to our crypto meetup if you're interested in that. Check out 99 Problems, but a pitch ain't one tonight. We love you all, and we will see you tomorrow.